Interpretation can include things like visual information specialist, volunteer coordinator, and education and outreach.
My name is Maya Cadell, and I work in the Interpretation and Visitor Services Division. So Interpretation Rangers are the face of the National Park Service. We are the ones staffing the visitor center, giving public programs, and roving trails. So if you are out and about in a park and you see a ranger, it is most likely an Interpretation Ranger. The duties of my job fall under anything that has to do with interacting with the general public. So staffing the visitor center, answering questions and providing orientation, doing public programs, which here at Big Cypress consist of swamp walks, canoe trips, boardwalks, and occasionally some formal PowerPoint presentation. So when I tell people that I am an Interpretation Ranger, they usually ask, what language do I interpret? And I have to tell them that I don't interpret languages, but I instead interpret the resource. So the main kind of goal of my job is to educate and teach the general public about the resources that the National Park Service is protecting. And by doing so, we hope that that person comes to appreciate those resources and wants to protect them. Another really cool thing about the National Park Service is that it attracts visitors from not just all over the country, but also all over the world, who are all coming in with their own life stories, their own experiences, their own beliefs. So I really believe that it's a privilege to be able to listen to these people's stories and learn from them as well on a daily basis. I always grew up with a love and appreciation of the outdoors. I always felt that it was a way to escape kind of the realities of the modern age, and it really kind of puts a lot of your life's problems into perspective. You realize that there's a whole other world out there for us to play in and enjoy. And so I really wanted to share my love of these places with people.
My name is Conrad Provan, and I am with the Education and Outreach Division as well as the Dark Sky Coordinator for the Preserve. One of my main duties is to facilitate 6th graders out here in the swamp. So we have 3,000 kids every single year as part of their science class come out to the preserve, learn different scientific techniques that rangers do in real time out here in Big Cypress. When the kids come out here, we first bring them out, either it's from Naples or right next door in Everglades City. The kids come from every single corner of the county. Some of them have been out here often. Some of them, this is their first time out in nature in a natural Southwest Florida setting. So it's our job to literally get their feet wet in their own backyard and teach them the importance of the water that's out here, how it becomes their drinking water. Teach them how to study the soil and what that can tell us about these habitats. Understand the weather and learn how our fire teams study the preserve. They get to do all of these different experiments to understand their natural settings, how the swamp works, how it functions, and how that impacts not only the life here in the swamp, but also around the entire Southwest Florida ecosystem. It's literally working with the next generation. So we want to make sure that the Park Service, and specifically here at Big Cypress, is maintained in a natural setting for the current generation. But since I'm with education, I have to make sure that this resource is still perfectly preserved for the next generation, because they're the ones that are going to inherit it. They're the ones that are going to become the next park rangers, the next stewards of the land. So as long as I'm making sure that they at least come out of here with an understanding and hopefully an appreciation, that means the mission is alive and well. It brings out your inner child when you're working with a bunch of energetic 12-year-olds that are running through the swamp, seeing things for the first time. And I know it's going somewhere. A lot of times I may only have one interaction with a kid and I may never see them again. But from the beginning, when they first take their first step into the water, and then when you see their final steps and hearing that they want to come back. Knowing that I've made an impression on that child means that I've done something meaningful, and it makes it worth it. One thing that I've learned, especially down here in South Florida, we have a very diverse community. From every single school across the county, you have different backgrounds, different people coming from different families. They all have different perspectives, and being able to show every single child, whether they're white, black, Latino, Asian, male, female, it doesn't matter what background they come from, letting them know that this belongs to them. You don't have to come from a certain area or expertise even to explore and enjoy nature. You don't have to see through this as a place for people who study science only, or a place where people can hunt only. This is for every single man, woman, and child in the country.